Hello and welcome back. In this video, we are going to add the actual email templates that we are going to use, and then also we will create the email templates function. But first, let's go to package.json. Let's see if we have the templating engine. We are going to be using EJS, and as you know, EJS is a templating engine you can use with Express. Okay, so I added a zip file in this video, and the zip file contains the email templates, okay, a folder that contains all the email templates. So download it and then copy and paste all the folders, okay, inside these emails right here. Now the reason I'm doing this is because it wouldn't make sense for us to start going through writing this HTML with EJS. Yeah, it's going to take us a lot of time, so we cannot do this. Okay, so it made more sense for me to just create it and then hand it over to you. Probably when we run the application and send an email, we'll see how the template looks. Okay, so we have a subject. So this is the subject of the email. For example, for the forgot password, this is the subject of the email that will be displayed. And then the HTML.EJS, this is the content. And here you can see we have some properties like the link. Okay, so this link will contain a link to the front-end application, to the client application. Okay, this will be for the icon, the application icon. Okay, and then we have some, I think we have some other properties like the reset link. Here we are going to display the username of the user. We have the reset link. Okay, we have them right here. Okay, so as you can see, it doesn't make sense for us to start typing out this HTML. Okay, it's going to take us a lot of time. You can go through all of this. For verify email, if we check verify email, this is the subject, and then this is the content of the email. Okay, so we have our app link, we have our app icon, and then we have some other properties or information right here. Okay, so let's see verify link. And remember, I showed you inside the email locals. Okay, so we have all of those. I think we should have all of those properties here. You can see the verify link, we have the reset link, we have those properties, offer link, we have them inside this iEmail locals. Now that we have the email templates, what we need to do is inside our helpers, let's create the function that we actually send the email and then use the templates. Okay, we are going to be using, if you go to your browser first, npm, go to npm, let's see this email templates. Okay, so search for email templates. Okay, so email templates right here. So it says create, preview, and send custom email template for Node.js. Okay, so we already installed it, and we are using EJS, but here they're using Pug. You can use different templating engines. Okay, so we call email send, and then we send an email with the required properties. Okay, we create an instance of email, and then we pass the required properties. I'll show you how we can do all that. And then for the actual email that we want to use for testing, we are going to use ethereal.email. So go to this site, okay, ethereal.email, and then we will create an account. Okay, so this is the username. We just copy this, so you can copy this right here, the username, and then go to your env, paste it here, and then copy the password. Okay, this is just for testing. Okay, this is just for testing. Let me stop the server and npm run dev. So if you make changes to your .env, you have to restart your server. Okay, and then to create the configuration, since we are using NodeMailer, this is what we are going to use, NodeMailer.create transport. Okay, this is for Node.js. Okay, so let's go back in the helpers folder. Let's create our logger. Okay, so import, and then let's add config. Okay, fix this issue, and I can call this mail transport helper. Okay, and now I'm going to create a function, async function. I'll call this email templates. Okay, and then this will take in the template of type string. It will take in the to, that is the receiver or whatever you want to call it. Okay, and then it will take in the locals. The locals will be of type email locals. Okay, and then this will return promise void. Okay, yeah, we can use a try catch here as well. Okay, here probably we can just do log.error. We don't need to send the error, okay, because we are going to get a message inside our mail transport right here. Okay, and then now let us first create our transport. So we need this, or create the transporter. So copy this part and then add it here because we are using node mailer. So let's import node mailer. So import node mailer, and then also the transporter interface from node mailer. Okay, right here. So we create the transporter. We are using the host is smtp.ethereum.email, but now we don't want to use this password the way it is, so we are going to get it from our config. So here it's going to be config.sender email and then config.sender email password. Okay, so we've created our transporter. Now let's create the email template. Let's go back to the browser. We go to email templates. So first we would need to, let's see, create an instance. Yeah, so create an instance of email. So let's go ahead and import email from email templates. So import email from email templates. Okay, so we've imported this. Import email from email templates and then create an instance. So const equals to new email. Okay, so down here, const, I'll call this email of type email equal to new email. So what this means is email is a class. Okay, and then we pass in an object. So message is going to be an object. From where are we sending the message? From. Okay, yeah, so from where we're sending the message. If you want to add attachments, you can add attachments, but for us, I will use this Jobber app. So the name of the app, and then in anchor brackets you add the name of the sender. So config.sender email. Okay, so from where is the email coming from? It's from our own email that we set, which is the sender email. Okay, that is what we're only going to add into this message object. Now there are some other properties like send, set to true. Okay, so we are setting this to true so that we can be able to test. It says, do you really want to send? False for test or development. Okay, so if we want to send an actual email, we set this to true. And then do we want to preview? No, I'll set this to false. Or maybe later we might change this to true so that we see how a template looks like. And then transport is going to be the transporter, right? Or I can call this SMTP transport. And then you set the transport to the SMTP transport. And then we need to set for what templates engine is our templates files using. Okay, remember we are using EJS. Okay, that is the template engine, so we need to specify it here. So set a property called views and then options. Okay, and then the extension that it expects, that is the file, we have EJS extension. So our template engine, if your template engine is using POG, then you need to specify POG right here, because the file will be html.pog, or if it's a different template engine. Okay, and then there's some other properties like juice set to true right here, and then we have another property called juice resources. So this juice is just for the email template to be able to use our CSS, the CSS styles, the inline CSS styles, because in our template engine we are using inline CSS. Okay, another property is juice resources. It's an object, and I'll set preserve important. Yes, true. So if we're using the important flag in HTML, we want to preserve that. Remember, sometimes in HTML you see something like this, or sorry, in CSS you see something like this. Okay, so we want to preserve that. And then web resources. Now this is where we are going to specify the path. At least when we build our application, we need to specify the path. Remember, when we build, we are going to have a build folder. We are saying, okay, the output directory should be a build. So on production, the folder is going to be inside this build. Okay, so we need to specify it right here. I'll say relative to, and then I will use path.join. It's not yet imported, so let's import path from paths. This is from path. Now we don't need to install this because this is part of Node.js. Okay, so we don't need to install. So relative to path dot join, and then underscore directory, and then we specify // build. Okay, because the build will be outside of the source folder. So that is why we are using these two dots to go into the build folder. Okay, so right now we've added the first part. We've set up this email template. I'm going to stop here. In the next video, we call the email.send method that sends the actual email.